What's going on, guys? Anteiku here, and today I wanted to take some time and discuss a new clan being introduced into Vanguard Zero, Link Joker. I realize some folks may not be familiar with the TCG side of Vanguard and all the lore and history that comes with it. So this video will go over Link Joker's first archetype, Starvaders, in set 12, Binding Force of the Black Rings, as well as the events leading up to the Link Joker story arc. But before we begin, guys, please hit that like button if you like this video, smash that subscribe button, and click the bell so that you can be notified each and every time that I upload a brand new video. It was the year 2013, and card games were a way of life, and there were so many to choose from, but for most of us, the card game of choice was now Cardfight Vanguard. Vanguard had taken us by storm, and we had already ventured at this point with Aichi Sendo and Toshiki Kai and crew in the civil war between the Royal Paladin and Shadow Paladin clans. The struggle between Light and Dark was met with a climatic battle between the Light's Majesty Lord Blaster and the Shadow's Avatar of Darkness, Phantom Blaster Dragon. Finally, Light and Dark became one, and the feud was settled, and Light shined upon the planet Krei once again. Peace would only reign for a short period, as a mysterious, enigmatic evil known as Void was rooting itself in one of Earth's strongest players, Leon Soiru. The infamous Leon would become the vessel of Void unbeknownst to himself. Leon could feel the presence of the wind, and in doing so set out to bring back the long-lost clan known as Aqua Force. Aichi and crew were chosen to compete in the Asia Circuit Vanguard tournaments, and try to find their way to the top at the chance to face off against Asia's best. This time, Aichi would have to pilot a new clan known as Gold Paladin, as the Void had sealed away Royal Paladin, Shadow Paladin, and Kagero. The heroes of Krei and now the factions left by the Royal and Shadows formed a new clan known as Gold Paladin, led by the Fang of Light, Garmor, and soon by the amazing powers of Aichi's new avatar, the incandescent lion, Blonde Ezel. The battle in the Asia circuit grew more intense until finally Aichi and Ezel found themselves face to face against Leon and his monstrous unit, Glory Maelstrom. In order to meet the challenge head on, Ezel transcended himself to even greater heights and donned the mantle of Blazing Lion, Platinum Ezel. The two sides faced off in what would be an epic showdown of raw power. During this battle, Aichi's long-lost avatar, Blaster Blade, came forth in his spirit form to help aid Ezel in his crusade to stop Void and Aqua Force from enveloping Aichi. With all their comrades rallied, Aichi and Ezel overcame the daunting power of Leon's Glory Maelstrom and won the Asia Circuit and freed the three sealed clans of Krei, Royal Paladin, Shadow Paladin, and Kagero. During this journey with Gold Paladin, Aichi developed a bond, a new love for these new units that he had come to know, and in agreement with the King of Knights Alfred, along with other Royal Paladin units such as Blaster Blade and Gancelot, they all decided to join the Gold Paladins and took up the mantle of Liberators. In the wake of the new era, Kagero rose again with their mighty Seal Dragons, and the new encompassing dragon, Dauntless Drive Dragon. Shadow Paladins took up their title of Revengers under the leadership of Mordred Phantom. A new clan rose in the United Sanctuary known as Genesis. As the planet Krei began to prosper yet again, a new darkness was growing in the distance. Life on Earth for Aichi and the others went back to normal as they began their high school years and started a Vanguard Fight Club. Aichi even began to make new friends, and they too became Vanguard fighters at Aichi's side. The evil never truly sleeps, and Void had returned from the depths of his bitter defeat, and this time it brought with it its very own armada of death and destruction. This time they would face their darkest foe, Link Joker. In Vanguard's history, the one true evil has remained constant, and that is Link Joker. No matter what era of Vanguard you pull from, whether it's the OG, or Cardfight Vanguard G, or Cardfight Vanguard V, the most pure evil clan of them all is indeed Link Joker. Today we'll talk about Set 12's Binding Force of the Black Ring units, the Starvaders. And before we go any further, let's discover exactly what are Link Joker and their Starvader archetype. Up until now, players were familiar with the mechanics of Vanguard. Superior calling, retiring, discarding, binding, and restanding, and so forth. But now, not only was a new clan about to be introduced, but with it a never-before-seen mechanic known as Lock. In one episode during the Link Joker arc, a reverse Suiko faces off against Rin Suzugimori and his Shadow Paladin Revengers. During this epic battle, Suiko states, "You can't move, you can't attack, you can't even retire. All you can do is just float there." This was a chilling moment, as this left the player feeling helpless, as their rearguard circles could no longer be used for attacks or defenses, and worse, you could not even retire the locked unit. All you could do was stay there, helpless. Before we knew what Lock was, many speculated and made guesses as to what it really would do. And for many of us, it was kind of scary at how powerful would this new clan truly be. You know, we first got our hands on Link Jokers in 2014 for Global. The Japanese players had already gotten a taste for Set 12 and figured out the ins and outs of this new clan, and soon so would we. Now that we understand what Lock is, let's look at one of the first Heralds of Destruction that came in Trial Deck 11, Star Vader Invasions. This was our first taste of Jokers with the Break Ride unit, Star Vader Infinite Zero Dragon. In Vanguard Zero, this unit will be available in the Set 12 Gacha packs. Infinite Zero Dragon gave the Vanguard who wrote it the ability to lock a front and back row unit, as well as gain 10,000 power. This ability would couple with those of the other units in this video, but for now, let's just look at the background of this amazing and terrifying Break Ride. Infinite Zero is one of the Star Vaders. It is the forerunner of the Invader Link Joker. It is an evil dragon who leads the invasion of Stargate. Before becoming one of Link Jokers, it was born as a mutant creature on a small planet with endless conflict. The planet was destroyed by Infinite Zero Dragon itself, and the ecosystem never recovered again. It accepted the power of Void voluntarily so as to reinforce itself instead of being warped and distorted. As a result, it maintains its ego and consciousness, unlike the other frontline commanders like Nebula Lord Dragon, who adopt cunning yet effective means. Infinite Zero Dragon insists to collect data by direct combat. It is probably due to its pride as the strongest creature reigning in its planet for a period of time, which remains in the corner of its consciousness. At the same time it was born, the Dragon of Nullity has reached the extreme. It awaits eagerly for those data who exceeds its extreme. Moving on, we take a look at the next devastating Herald of the Void with Star Vader Nebula Lord Dragon. Nebula Lord was the first official boss unit for Link Joker, and he was as cold and callous as one might think, with the Limit Break 4 ability to power up his front row units, himself included, for a massive 3000k power per locked unit. But his other ability allowed him to CB2 or Counterblast 2 and lock a back row unit. This ability was able to be used multiple times, and so this was not confined to the Limit Break ability. So when you Break Ride, you would activate Infinite Zero's ability to lock a front and back row unit, and then activate Dusttail Unicorn skill, our starter, and lock another front row unit for what was known as the Triangle Lock. Dusttail is the main starting Vanguard Jokers have, and we'll see lots of play in Vanguard Zero. Difference here is that in the TCG, Dusttail could lock any unit the opponent had as long as they had a locked unit already. However, in Zero, nerfs came to him as he can only lock a back row unit, thus bringing some balance to the clan due to how Zero works compared to the TCG. So, let's take a quick look at some of the lore behind Star Vader Nebula Lord Dragon in order to fully understand this cybernetic fiend. Being one of the Star Vaders and the forerunners of the Invader Link Joker, it is the commander responsible for the invasion of Dragon Empire and Dark Zone. It holds efficiency above everything else, and its strategies are always accompanied by sacrifice and destruction for efficiency. It is a merciless warrior who performs cruel plans without hesitation, as long as the plans are the most efficient ones. Although it received the power of Void voluntarily, its actions show no emotion, and it is uncertain if this dragon has an ego. In addition, it is silent all the time except for when it commands the army. Its voice, rarely heard, is a monotonic one, as if it's something inorganic like machines. Without happiness, sadness, hatred, and fear, there's nothing within this dragon. Its only behavioral principle is to execute the new mission sent from the main force, leading the avatars of nothingness, more fearsome than justice and evil. The dragon of the hollow black rings initiates operations swiftly. Finally, we take a look at this set's final boss unit, which we saw Suiko use against Rin in the anime. The unit is known as Schwartz Dragon. It is unclear why this unit did not get the Starvader title, but despite the title, he is just as evil and just as cold as the dragons who came before him. As a matter of fact, outside of the anime, little is known about this unit. All we know is what this card does, which is a shame given how amazing his artwork is and how powerful his skill can be, provided it goes off. This is Link Joker's Ride Chain unit, and with him comes all the pieces from grade 0 to 3 that fulfill the typical Ride Chain mechanics of searching for the next grade and gaining bonuses off riding the next piece. The quick mention comes in the grade 2's ability, Gravity Collapse Dragon. If he has Gravity Ball Dragon in his soul, you may lock one of your opponent's rear guards. This is one of the few ways to lock outside of Limit Break and Break Ride. But let's take a look at Schwartz Dragon himself. He is a Limit Break 4 that has a Counterblast 3 with a Persona Blast cost, meaning you ditch a copy of him out of your hand to lock 3 of your opponent's rear guards, and he gains an additional 10k power with a crit. Also in Blaze, you may Counterblast 1 to add a copy of him to your hand, thus fulfilling part of his cost. He also gains an additional 1k if Gravity Collapse is in his soul. This is why I said earlier that his ability is powerful, but it only is as powerful if it actually can go off and be of relevance. The cost of his skill is what makes him so hard to play, as you have to dump a lot of resources into him to make him work, and right now Link Joker doesn't have their countercharger to help mitigate that cost. Looking at the lore behind this new amazing evil clan and all the boss units we will have at our disposal come set 12 and Binding Force of the Black Rings, this clan is shaping up to be a new contender against the meta we see now in rank. Jokers will be able to power up other units based off the units locked. They can superior call with other units based off having units locked, and we can see a lot of synergy being built around locking the opponent out of their rear guard so that the Link Joker player can gain bonuses and benefits off shutting down their opposition. The question now is, will you take up the mantle and pilot this new devastating clan and hold the power of lock in your hands? Or will you side with the clans of Cray and liberate those who have fallen victim to the evil menace that is now known as Link Joker? I hope you found this video informative and helpful in deciding if you play Link Joker going forward into Vanguard Zero, and my hope is to shed some history on the lore of not only the anime but of the cards themselves. And if you like this kind of video, please drop your comments below and let me know if you would like to see more videos like these. Don't forget to please hit that like button and subscribe button to help grow the Anteiku family, and because without each and every one of you, none of this would be possible. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, ladies and gentlemen, as always, stay strong, stay healthy, and happy gaming.